Corruption, unemployment among the youth and the high cost of living are the possible explanations as to why a majority of Kenyans still feel the country is headed the wrong direction.
As expeditiously as you act on the guy who steals the 700 bob lotion, should it be that we expeditiously act on those who steal the 1 billion plus shillings that we have, or the millions? It could even start with the millions.
In the last quarter of 2015, though, 62% of Kenyans felt the country was headed the wrong direction, with the latest poll indicating a decline of 9%. Infotrak CEO Angela Ambido attributes the decline to existing political factors in 2015 that have since changed.
As at November, when we were doing this poll, there were cabinet slots that were, in limbo, in the state of limbo. They had not been, filled. We didn't know what was happening with the cabinet secretaries who had been asked to step down, etc. And I think the citizenry just generally felt that things were hanging in the balance. In December, the president took some decisive steps and appointed certain technocrats who seemed to have appeased the public, at least to the point that it would make 9% feel that the country indeed was going now in the right direction. And those who didn't know also felt that things were improving. Okay?
But perhaps to show how divided Kenyans are along political lines, those from areas regarded as opposition strongholds largely feel the country is headed the wrong direction, while most Jubilee supporters feel the country is on the right track. Rift Valley, Central and Northeastern former provinces are regions that feel the country is headed the right direction, while Nyanza, Coast and Eastern leading the areas considering the country as sinking. But mamas from Jubilee stronghold may indicate why 38% of the ruling coalition supporters feel things are not right. The rebellion is not exclusive to Jubilee, as 34% of CORD supporters believe the country is headed in the right direction.
If you look at Jubilee supporters, 57 or 58% of Jubilee supporters feel that the country is going in the right direction. I think what is critical is about 38%. So it's almost more than a third of Jubilee supporters honestly don't think the country is going in the right direction. We support you as our party or a coalition. We support you as government, but we're going to be prudent and honest enough with you to say things are not going the right way. But we do see that there is also, even in CORD, 35% of CORD supporters who feel that the country is going in the right direction. When we looked closely at the analysis, it looked as though those regions where, the feeling that the country is going in the right direction as CORD supporters were mainly regions where goodies had been handled or provided in Western, where the government has concentrated quite a bit, at the coast, where we would have seen much higher, feeling of disenfranchisement.
Northeastern region leads in the most pessimistic people, a sharp contrast with the indication that the country is headed the right direction. Nyanza, Coast and Eastern regions have the highest levels of optimism that the year 2016 will be better than 2015. 47% of Kenyans feel their condition of life is worse than it was before. 14% are satisfied and contented, while 41% feel their condition of life is just average.
If you want to live a good life, then you probably want to go to the coast. So they have two extremes. The people who really feel that life is not very good, and there is, a percentage, 21%, who are living the life. Most countries, when they use these statistics, what they normally tend to do is then say, where would people want to go and retire? If you want to live nicely, where do you go to? So there are ways that these numbers are used that then help governments, help counties try and attract different citizenries to go to their places.
John Jacob Curia, Channel One Weekend.